So in the last video we dealt with player movement. This time we're going to deal with obstacle movement. So the simplest obstacle movement we're going to do is we're going to code it in just now. So I'm going to say this is inside the game controller here. So I'm going to do void update Jupiter. I'm going to be updating Jupiter, but I'm not going to be doing that there. Okay, so int Jupiter row equals 0. So I'm going to say Jupiter row is going to be gameboard dot set value gameboard dot set value at, and then actually let's make this a coroutine because it's easier. So inside there I'm going to do start coroutine update Jupiter enumerator update Jupiter. Coroutines are just so much easier to use than updates. Otherwise you get like a whole bunch of stuff inside updates and it just gets messy. So I need using system.collections for my enumerator while true. I'm going to say gameboard dot set value at, and then Jupiter row is the X, and then Jupiter row is the column. Sorry, so that's going to be 0. Jupiter row, and then I'm going to set that to be false, and then I'm going to do yield return no, what do I want to do here? I want to update it, but I only want to update it once it's been. So I want to do this in the start method. Hang on a sec. So I want to do Jupiter row. I want to set that to be true. I'm going to do yield return new wait for seconds 1f. Then I want to do Jupiter row plus plus if Jupiter row greater than 5 Jupiter row equals 0. So just this is a test more than anything else. And then I want to say update it again. So I want to say set value Jupiter row true. So and then here I want to set it to be false. So I wanted to set it to be false on the update, add 1 to the row, and then set that to be true there. Okay, true. Here we go. So now we have a falling Jupiter. Okay. Right. So it's not less than greater than 5. It's actually greater than 4 because if it's greater than 4, then we don't want it to interrupt what the rocket's displaying. We just want to crash. So right now this would be a crash if it gets to 5 and it's the player's there. Okay, so that is. This is pretty much the game in a nutshell. So, okay. So what we need to do is we need to figure out how to get a random column, random row, and then decide how fast things are gonna move. Pardon me, excuse me. But we can only have one at a time. Right. So I'm gonna get rid of that update Jupiter. So we probably don't need it, and we don't need that. We don't need that. Okay. So what we do need though is we need to create random values for each of the columns, and then each time we do that we've got to okay, let's just start coding. So I want to add a new model behavior, and then this one is going to be called random object generator. And random object generator, okay. And the speed of this is going to, so if we have one that's active, then we need to signal that it's come to the end of its journey. So we need to do public game controller. So when it gets to the end of the road, we need to let it know what value it is. So we need to know public int column. So we need to be able to set the column that we're currently on. And we also, what do we also need to do? We also need to have a random speed and things like that, but that's okay. So, okay, so we do void start. Actually, we're going to do IEnumerator start, because we're just going to start this as being ready. So I'm going to then say float random time equals new equals random dot range 0 to 2 seconds. We'll give it to 2 seconds, and then we'll do yield return new wait 4 seconds random time. Okay, and then we'll do this as while true. Okay, and then this will be, we'll have a, let's have this as a, we can have that as a random float later on, but two's fine just now. Okay, so we then want to set the value at the topmost of the column to be true. Okay, so we're going to say we also need to know public game board. So we're going to say game board. We don't need public there. We do need int row. So we need to know what row we're on. So row is going to be 0. Row equals 0. So then we're going to say game board dot set value at, and then it's going to be column, comma row, comma true. So it defaults to true. And then the speed. Now the speed is going to be every 2 seconds to start with, and then it's going to keep going down. So float speed equals 2 seconds. The starting speed for each object. Okay. So the starting speed for each object is going to be some speed like that. So I'm going to say while row is not equal to 5. So when it gets to 5, we're going to set those values accordingly. So while it's not equal to 5, do some value. So we want to say yield return new wait 4 seconds speed, and then we're going to say gameboard dot set value at column, comma row, false. So we want to remove the value at that particular grid, And then what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 to the row, and then we're going to say we want to make sure, let's do I want to make this as a while or a do? So if we're at 4, let's do row greater than or less than or equal to 4. Yeah, okay, let's do that just now. This might cause problems, but let's see. So I'm going to then set that value at that point. So gameboard dot set value at column row. Okay, and then I'm going to say game controller dot object reached bottom, and then whatever the column is. And then whatever the column is, if that matches up with the player's column, then you're dead. So I'm going to create a quick fix. Where are we? Generate method. Okay. So it is going to decide whether you've won, lost, drawn, whatever you're going to do there. Okay. But right now that game controller is not going to do anything, and hopefully it doesn't say, yeah, it's going to say that, it's going to throw. Oh. Public. And I'm going to move that up to here, like that. Okay. So going back to my random object generator. So my random object generator is going to be for each one of the columns. And it's going to start when, so let's get real return there. Okay, so that's going to wait for a random amount of time, and then it's going to add those values there. Okay, so we just need to have random generator. So I'm going to create another child under here, and I'm going to call it random generators. Okay, and then I'm going to add random object generator, random object generator. I'm going to do that for all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another one, random object generator. So that is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the game controller gets set to all of these. Now I could probably put these in the same script. I could probably have done them a whole bunch of different ways, but I did it this way. So for better or for worse, I ended up doing it this way. So these things happen. And then I need to do the same thing for game board as well. Game board. And so on. And finally, game board. Alright. Okay, so we should end up getting random values. Tripping down here. Whoa. Yeah. Okay, so we need to expand that a bit, but we're getting there, it's fine. So less than 4. So that's fine, less than 4. So at the end of that, then we want to, we're still adding that, but then when we get to the end there, we need to figure out what we're going to do. So that random value there, we're going to make that 5. Let's wait for seconds, and then if, actually let's return true for that. So if that returns true, break out of it, Otherwise, I want to do speed less than 0.25, so we get faster and faster and faster. And then if speed is less than 0.25, then make it 0.25. Speed equals 0.25. So we kind of clamp it to 0.25. And then in game control, we need to obviously make that a bool. So that is a bool. Return false. So that's a bool if the rocket hits there. So let's hope it doesn't hit there when we play this. Well, it's not going to matter anyway because we don't have any collision, not detection. The other one, I can't remember the other one. Reaction. We don't react to the collision. So this is going to have random values. So we need to make these a little bit more random. And you're just going to stack up like Tetris now. Okay, so what we need to do is the random object one here, this has to get removed. So we need to do game on board dot set value at actually let's do it for if we what we want to do is we want to do it here. Actually no, I think we want to do it at the top, because then we got a no, let's just do it here. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, let's do it here. So I scroll down, get random values, move the rocket back and forth. Yeah, they're going too fast. So what I'm going to do is I always want to do this. So I'm going to do, and then I'm going to say while is less than or equal to 4. So while it's less than or equal to 4, I want you to do all this. Okay. So once you get to there, it should remove there. Okay. So it shouldn't remove that one there. So less than or equal to 4. Just remove this one just now. Okay. So we need to create a better random sequence than this because this is just too chaotic. Yeah, this isn't getting cleared. Okay, so when it gets to this point here, I need them to remove it at there. So that's going to return false. And then he's going to return column is equal to that. Okay. Let me just desk check this. Okay. Sorry guys, it's late. Alright. So I'm going to wait for a number of seconds. I am going to set the board value to be false. I'm going to add 1 to the row, and then I'm going to set that value again. Okay. Alright. So maybe what I want to do is I actually just want to have this inside here. Just want to have that there. I don't need that then. So I'm going to wait for that there, remove it. So I'm going to set the value to be true. I'm going to wait for a number of seconds. I'm going to remove it at that point, add 1 to the row, and then while it's less than or equal to 4, I'm going to come back in and then reset it. Okay. Whew. Alright. Yeah, still resetting that. That's equal to 4. Okay, what was the other thing I was going to look at as well? So the other thing I was going to look at was the random column, the random row. So I'm going to say that the row is going to be equals random dot range 0, comma, and then let's say 2. So let's say 0, 1, or 2. Because we really want it to sort of be spontaneous rather than it just all starting at 0. So hopefully, okay, so this is a little bit better. So we're still only getting 1 at a time. And it doesn't feel like you're getting ripped off, but still need to fix that there. Okay, so bear with me here. So row, add 1 to there, and then and I'm just about a gatekeeper in here. If row is not equal to 5, do that. It's fine. Fine. It's a bit hacky, but whatever. Because it shouldn't be resetting row 5 anyway, because that's just the rocket one. Okay, so there's the UFO coming down. So he should hit there, and then shouldn't take away the rocket, which is what he doesn't do. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay, I'm going to end it there. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Hi guys, thank you very much for watching. This is part of the Video a Day in September 2017 videos. If you liked it or you didn't like it, hit the appropriate button below. Subscribe, so if you hit the little icon over there, then you'll get notified, especially when you hit the little alarm icon. That's the really important part apparently. Then you'll get notified when a new video goes up. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.